In this bright and prosperous age, the doors of opportunity swing wide open for those who dare to see the invisible, to feel the pulse of abundance before it manifests in the world. There is a new generation rising, young and fearless, who have discovered the secret flow of prosperity in realms once reserved for the few. These younger millionaires, born not merely with ambition, but with the knowing of their divine right to wealth, are stepping boldly into the fields of stock and technology, transforming ideas into fortunes and visions into realities. They understand that money is not a battle to be fought, but a stream to be aligned with, a reflection of consciousness, a faithful servant of the mind that is held in expectancy of good. In their pursuit they have learned the subtle law: what the mind conceives and believes, the mind can achieve. There are no obstacles for those who maintain a clear and unwavering vision, no barriers to the soul that is attuned to the infinite intelligence guiding every transaction, every innovation, every calculated risk. The young men and women of our era have awakened to the truth that wealth is a vibration, a frequency that must be harmonized with, rather than chased after. Through the digital currents of technology and the vibrant energy of financial markets, they are learning to move with the tide, to trust the unseen forces that orchestrate success, and to allow the universe to lead them to the exact opportunities that match their inner faith. Observe how they rise with a joyous expectancy, how they align themselves with ideas that are in perfect harmony with their talents, how they speak words of abundance even before the coins clink in their hands. It is not mere luck that elevates them, nor chance that crowns them with riches, but a disciplined understanding that their outer conditions are shaped by their inner consciousness. Each investment, each creation of technology, each moment of inspired action is a reflection of the belief they carry. And as belief grows stronger, so too does the evidence of their prosperity, multiplying, expanding, and moving with a magnetic power that draws circumstances, people, and opportunities to them as naturally as rivers seek the sea. They have not merely learned to make money, they have learned to express the law of prosperity through every thought and action. The young millionaire of stock and tech is a living demonstration that the divine supply is inexhaustible, that no one is too young to claim abundance, and that the mind, when filled with faith, becomes the most powerful tool for manifesting wealth. Each moment offers a fresh page upon which to write the story of success, and every challenge becomes a stepping stone, every setback a lesson that strengthens the resolve of the soul aligned with its highest good. In this age, wealth flows with ease to those who know the law, who trust in the intelligence behind the invisible, and who dare to step forward with courage and joy, knowing that the universe conspires to bless those who hold their vision steady and unwavering. Faith in the invisible. Wealth begins in the mind before it appears in the bank. Faith in the invisible is the foundation upon which all true wealth and success are built. Before a young millionaire sees a single number rise in their account, before they launch a single app or make a single stock trade, they first see it in their mind's eye. The invisible is the realm of ideas, of possibilities, of divine intelligence that moves unseen yet orchestrates everything that appears in the material world. Those who learn to cultivate faith in what cannot yet be touched, heard, or measured are the ones who harness the creative power of life itself. This faith is not mere wishful thinking, it is a confident knowing that the universe is aligned with their highest good, and that every inspired action they take will be met with the perfect response from the invisible forces at work. The young men and women stepping into stock and technology sectors understand this instinctively, for they have witnessed, often through intuition and small victories, that success begins as a seed in the unseen before it blossoms into visible results. To maintain faith in the invisible requires a mind free from fear and doubt, a mind that does not waver at setbacks or hesitate in uncertainty. The stock market can fluctuate wildly, technologies can fail, investors may doubt, and yet those with true faith see the outcome as already accomplished. They do not battle against circumstances, but maintain a steady vision of the end result, trusting that the invisible law will move to bring about the manifestation of their intent. This faith is like a magnet, drawing circumstances, opportunities, and people who are in harmony with their vision. It is not through force or struggle that wealth arrives, but through the quiet power of unwavering expectation, through the knowing that the universe is ready and eager to supple. Why the needs of those who believe. Every young millionaire who has risen from the realm of ideas to the tangible world of financial success has first learned to speak in the language of faith. They affirm their success silently and aloud, claiming the good as though it already exists, trusting that the unseen law responds to their word. In technology, they visualize the software, the app, the platform as already serving thousands, millions, or even billions, long before a single line of code is written. In the stock market, they see the right opportunities, the right trades, the right timing, as though they are already present in the world, and their inner vision informs their outer actions. The invisible is always the blueprint of reality, and those who can read it, who can feel it, and who can act in harmony with it, are those who create extraordinary wealth at a young age. Faith in the invisible also requires letting go of the illusion of control. Many young entrepreneurs struggle because they attempt to manipulate outcomes with frantic effort rather than allowing the flow of life to guide them. True faith understands that there is a divine intelligence that knows the perfect timing, the perfect resources, and the perfect conditions for every venture. They act when inspired, but they do not force. They plant the seeds of their ideas with love and confidence, water them with persistent effort, and then allow the invisible to bring forth the harvest. This is why patience and inner stillness are essential for those who wish to manifest great wealth. The invisible law works in perfect order, and when the mind resists or doubts, it slows the flow. Faith removes resistance, opens the heart, and aligns action with the perfect rhythm of abundance. The young millionaires of today are learning that faith in the invisible is not a passive state, but a dynamic power that informs every decision. They invest, innovate, create, and expand, not from desperation, but from a place of knowing that the unseen forces will make their vision real. Their faith is not blind, it is informed by careful observation, study, and preparation, but it is always rooted in the understanding that the final outcome depends not on their struggle alone, but on their alignment with the law of supply and divine intelligence. They understand that visible circumstances may appear discouraging, that losses may come, and that the world may seem chaotic. Yet the unseen order behind all things is constant, reliable, and responsive to their unwavering belief in the good. Every challenge becomes a lesson in strengthening faith. When the stock market fluctuates or a tech launch faces delay, they do not panic. Instead, they reaffirm their vision, knowing that every seeming obstacle is merely an opportunity for the invisible law to demonstrate its power. Their thoughts, words, and actions are all harmonized with the unseen reality they wish to manifest. They do not speak of failure, for speaking of lack only feeds the visible conditions of struggle. They speak of success, of abundance, of solutions already in motion. In doing so, they train the mind to see beyond appearances and to trust in the creative power that underlies all reality. Faith in the invisible also teaches the young entrepreneur to recognize opportunity in unexpected places. Ideas appear when the mind is still, insights arrive when they are not forcing, and connections come when least expected. By trusting the unseen, they become receptive to guidance that the untrained eye would miss. They begin to recognize the invisible signals in trends, in human behavior, in the rhythm of markets, and in the potential of technology. Every moment becomes a chance to align with abundance, every encounter an opening to manifest prosperity, and every decision a reflection of the confidence that what is imagined can and will take form. To live with faith in the invisible is to live in the highest consciousness of abundance. It is to know that money, success, and opportunity are not scarce, but flow freely to those who hold the vision steady, who act in inspired ways, and who refuse to let fear or doubt cloud their expectation. Young millionaires in stock and tech are not merely learning strategies or systems. They are learning the art of seeing with the eye of the mind, of speaking with the voice of belief, and of moving with the rhythm of the unseen law that governs all prosperity. Alignment with opportunity. Technology and stock markets respond to prepared and inspired action. Alignment with opportunity is the secret pathway through which wealth flows effortlessly into the lives of those who understand and practice it. The young millionaires rising in stock and technology are not merely clever or lucky. They are attuned to the currents of possibility that surround them, sensing the openings and pathways that others fail to notice. Opportunity is always present, like sunlight streaming through the clouds, yet many fail to step into its warmth because their minds are distracted, their hearts uncertain, or their focus divided. Those who prosper early recognize that it is not enough to act. One must act in harmony with the unfolding of life, in accordance with the invisible rhythm that governs all abundance. Alignment is the conscious positioning of one's thoughts, intentions, and actions, so that they move with the law of supply rather than against it. And it is this alignment that separates the young millionaire from the mere worker, the visionary from the dreamer, the creator from the follower. To align with opportunity requires discernment. The young person entering the world of stock trading or technological innovation must learn to distinguish between mere chance and true openings, between distractions and the impulses that arise from inspired intelligence. This discernment is not simply a matter of study or calculation, but of cultivating the inner sense that detects where energy, why, creativity, and resources are flowing. Those who act out of alignment often exhaust themselves, chase false leads, or invest in ventures that yield little. But those who understand the law know that when mind, spirit, and action are synchronized with opportunity, the universe conspires to support them, guiding circumstances, people, and events to converge at exactly the right moment. This is why timing, intuition, and inner clarity are as vital as strategy or knowledge. They are the instruments of alignment that open doors invisible to those who rely solely on external measures. Every young millionaire who has harnessed opportunity has first developed the ability to listen to guidance that comes from the unseen. The stock market does not respond merely to formulas or trends. It responds to human belief, to the collective expectations and energy of those who participate in it. Likewise, technological innovation is not a random occurrence, but the unfolding of ideas in the mind of those who are receptive to inspiration and capable of executing it with skill. Alignment with opportunity is thus both a mental and spiritual discipline. It requires keeping one's mind clear of fear, worry, and doubt, while maintaining an unwavering focus on the vision of success. Thoughts and actions that flow from this state are naturally in tune with circumstances, and the right connections, ideas, and timing appear almost miraculously. Opportunities often arrive in unexpected forms. A young entrepreneur may sense a shift in a trend before it becomes obvious, recognize the potential of a new technology before it is mainstream, or identify a stock whose value is about to rise. These moments require courage to act, clarity to discern, and faith to trust that the choice made in alignment with intuition will bear fruit. The universe responds generously to those who step forward, because alignment with opportunity is not self-serving but cooperative. It moves in accordance with the greater flow of abundance that benefits all. The young millionaire learns that by positioning themselves where opportunity is most abundant, they serve not only their own success, but the unfolding of ideas, products, and services that elevate society as a whole. Every action taken in alignment carries a magnetic quality. The young investor or innovator who acts from clarity finds that resources appear exactly when needed, mentors and partners are drawn into their orbit, and obstacles transform into lessons that propel them forward. This alignment does not remove the need for effort, study, or discipline. It enhances it by ensuring that every effort is directed toward outcomes that are supported by the law of supply. Acting out of alignment, in contrast, produces struggle, delays, and frustration. The universe is always ready to supply abundance, but it flows most readily to those whose intentions, decisions, and movements are synchronized with the invisible rhythm of life. Alignment with opportunity also involves flexibility and responsiveness. The young millionaire does not cling rigidly to plans or expectations but remains attentive to the signals of the moment, ready to pivot, expand, or refine actions as circumstances unfold. By maintaining this responsiveness while holding a clear vision, they remain in the current of opportunity rather than fighting against it. The stock market may change direction, new technologies may emerge, and human needs may shift, yet those aligned with opportunity adjust gracefully, trusting that the law guiding them will reveal the next perfect step. Every pivot, every adaptation, is a demonstration of faith in the wisdom of the unseen, and each adjustment brings them closer to the manifestation of their highest vision. The young millionaires who thrive in this way understand that alignment is not a single act but a continuous practice. It is maintained through daily awareness, clarity of purpose, and the cultivation of thought patterns that are in harmony with abundance. They avoid distractions, negative talk, and the energy of scarcity, recognizing that misaligned thoughts and actions can block the flow of opportunity. Instead, They affirm the presence of good, anticipate the unfolding of perfect conditions, and act decisively when inspiration arises. This disciplined alignment transforms ordinary actions into powerful manifestations, creating momentum that multiplies opportunities and magnifies success. In all of this, align. And with opportunity becomes a natural way of living. The young millionaire no longer struggles to chase success, but walks steadily in the stream of abundance, recognizing the invisible hand that guides every idea, every investment, and every creation. It is a state of grace in which thought, feeling, and action resonate with the infinite intelligence of life, producing results that appear almost effortlessly. To align with opportunity is to become a co-creator with the universe, participating consciously in the flow of wealth, innovation, and expansion. And to realize that every door opens for those who move in harmony with the law of supply. Youth and boldness. Age is no barrier, courage and vision attract prosperity. Youth and boldness are not merely qualities of age or temperament, they are spiritual virtues that, when rightly used, open the doors to wealth, success, and influence in ways that caution and hesitation cannot. The younger millionaires rising in the realms of stock and technology are not only fortunate in their timing, but empowered by a fearless confidence that comes from a deep knowing of the law of abundance. Boldness is the inner courage to step forward into the unseen, to trust intuition over consensus, to act decisively when others hesitate, and to embrace the unknown with faith rather than fear. Youth, with its energy, imagination, and lack of entrenched doubt, amplifies this boldness, creating a force that is magnetic, creative, and unstoppable. Who recognize the power of their youth, who do not allow society's limitations or the caution of older minds to diminish their courage, find that doors open that others cannot even perceive, and opportunities flow to them with remarkable ease. Boldness is born from faith in oneself and in the invisible law that governs prosperity. The young entrepreneur or investor does not approach challenges timidly. They know that every obstacle, every setback, every uncertainty is a test of their alignment with the divine flow of abundance. They step forward into ventures that others might fear, such as launching a new technology platform, investing in emerging stocks, or creating solutions that are ahead of their time. In these actions, they demonstrate a spiritual principle. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. The young, unburdened by years of doubt or hesitation, often move swiftly, seizing opportunity in the moment when hesitation would close the door. Their audacity, guided by intuition and disciplined vision, becomes a magnet for success. Youth and boldness also attract the support of people and circumstances. Confidence and courage resonate with others, drawing mentors, collaborators, investors, and customers who are themselves inspired by the energy of those willing to take daring steps. The young millionaire often finds that bold action, when aligned with insight and integrity, produces a chain reaction. The right advisors appear, the right connections are made, and the right conditions manifest. Boldness is contagious, and those who act fearlessly in pursuit of their vision inspire the universe to respond in kind. Opportunities that remain invisible to the cautious suddenly reveal themselves. Doors swing open, and ideas move from imagination to tangible reality. Boldness in youth is also expressed in the willingness to risk failure without fear. The stock market, by its nature, is uncertain, and the world of technology is constantly evolving. Those who succeed at a young age do not see failure as a final verdict, but as a stepping stone, a message from the unseen law about what works and what does not. They are willing to invest their time, energy, and resources boldly, trusting that even apparent loss carries the lesson or redirection needed to guide them to greater abundance. In this way, youth provides the resilience, energy, and elasticity to bounce back from setbacks quickly, to adapt, and to re-engage with renewed clarity. Boldness becomes a dynamic quality, moving hand in hand with discernment and faith. Another dimension of youth and boldness is creativity. Young minds are less constrained by convention and more willing to imagine new possibilities, to envision systems, products, and solutions that have not yet been realized. Boldness allows them to act on these visions while others are still dreaming. They launch innovations in technology, disrupt industries, and take positions in emerging stocks that others avoid because of fear or lack of confidence. In all of these actions, their youth serves as an amplifier, bringing energy, persistence, and fresh perspective that accelerates the process of manifestation. They are willing to challenge the norm, to question the usual patterns, and to stake their claim in arenas where caution would have kept them on the sidelines. Boldness in youth is also closely tied to self-expression and authenticity. The young millionaire does not imitate others, but follows the guidance of their own mind, heart, and intuition. They understand that authenticity is magnetic, and that the universe supports those who act in accordance with their inner truth. Whether in technology, stock markets, or entrepreneurial ventures, they speak and act with confidence, projecting the energy of assurance that wealth and success are their natural inheritance. By refusing to shrink or apologize for their vision, they align themselves with abundance and inspire confidence in others, thereby multiplying opportunities. Youth and boldness also cultivate a willingness to embrace rapid learning. Young millionaires recognize that mistakes and experiments are part of growth, and boldness enables them to engage fully in learning without being paralyzed by fear of failure or judgment. They take risks in acquiring knowledge, testing new strategies, and exploring uncharted territory, understanding that each effort is a step toward mastery. In this, boldness is a form of spiritual alignment, an active demonstration of faith in the unseen intelligence that governs success and prosperity. The power of youth and boldness lies not in recklessness but in conscious, fearless action. It is the courage to act when inspired, the willingness to trust intuition over doubt, and the confidence to move into opportunity without hesitation. Young millionaires in stock and technology demonstrate daily that age is no barrier to success, that courage is a spiritual law, and that bold, inspired action produces results that cannot be achieved by hesitation or timid caution. Their vision, backed by fearless energy, becomes a beacon that attracts the circumstances, people, and resources necessary to manifest their dreams, proving that the combination of youth and boldness is a force that accelerates the manifestation of abundance. Law of belief and expectancy. Belief in success magnetizes the circumstances needed to achieve it. The law of belief and expectancy is the silent engine behind all manifestations of wealth, success, and influence. The young millionaires rising from stock and technology understand instinctively that what the mind holds as true, the body and circumstances will eventually reflect. Belief is not a passive wish or hope. It is a firm conviction that what is envisioned is already in the process of appearing, a knowing that the unseen law is working in harmony with the inner conviction. Expectancy is the active demonstration of belief, the joyful anticipation that the good one desires is already on its way, and the mental habit of expecting abundance as a natural right, rather than an extraordinary gift. These two forces, belief and expectancy, act together as a magnetic power that draws opportunity, wealth, and success to those who cultivate them, transforming ideas into reality, inspiration into action, and vision into tangible results. The young millionaires of stock and technology are often praised for their daring or intelligence, but their most potent asset is the clarity and intensity of their belief. They do not approach ventures with hesitation, skepticism, or doubt. Instead, they internalize the certainty of success, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. In stock markets, this law manifests in their ability to identify trends, act decisively, and hold positions with confidence while others hesitate. In technology, it allows them to see the future impact of an idea, platform, or software, moving with faith that what is conceived in vision will ultimately manifest in form. Expectancy ensures that their actions are not tentative, but aligned with a confident anticipation of good, and this alignment accelerates the arrival of the desired results. Belief and expectancy also act as filters for perception. When the mind is aligned with success, it begins to notice opportunities, connections, and resources that would otherwise remain invisible. The young millionaire sees potential where others see risk, possibility where others see limitations, and solutions where others see problems. This clarity of perception is not merely a matter of intellect but of spiritual attunement. The mind tuned to the law of abundance recognizes the invisible threads connecting events, people, and circumstances. Each investment, each technological innovation, Each step taken in faith becomes a channel through which the invisible law brings the expected outcome into the tangible world. Expectancy, when combined with belief, creates momentum. It is not enough to believe quietly in the heart, one must also act with the expectation that the result is already underway. The young entrepreneur who expects success speaks, thinks, and behaves as though their vision is already in manifestation. Their energy radiates confidence, attracting collaborators, investors, and clients who respond to the magnetic certainty of their vision. Words spoken with expectancy carry creative power, shaping the responses of others and the unfolding of circumstances. This law demonstrates that success is not merely a sequence of external actions, but the expression of inner consciousness made visible. Belief and expectancy also protect the mind from fear and doubt, which are the greatest enemies of prosperity. In volatile markets or during challenging technological launches, fear can cloud judgment, weaken decision-making, and repel opportunities. Those who have mastered the law remain anchored in their inner knowing, using belief to maintain clarity and expectancy to project the vibration of success outward. Every setback or unexpected twist becomes an opportunity to strengthen belief rather than a cause for despair, and each challenge is transformed into a stepping stone that guides them toward the ultimate manifestation of their goals. The law of belief and expectancy also teaches the importance of repetition and reinforcement. Thoughts and affirmations of success must be held consistently, for the mind, like fertile soil, grows that which is most frequently sown. The young millionaires practice the conscious cultivation of belief through visualization, affirmations, and daily reflection on their desired outcomes. They imagine the experience of success vividly, feel the satisfaction of achievement, and hold these images steadily in the mind until they impress the subconscious. The subconscious, responsive to strong and consistent impressions, works invisibly to coordinate circumstances, ideas, and events that bring the vision into tangible reality. Belief is strengthened through small victories as well as grand successes. The young investor may first see results in minor trades, the technological innovator in early adoption or feedback, and each evidence of alignment reinforces the expectancy that all good is flowing toward them. This positive reinforcement multiplies the magnetic effect of belief, creating a virtuous cycle in which faith grows stronger as results appear, and results appear because faith grows stronger. Those who master this law understand that expectation is not blind hope, but a deliberate, conscious state of mind that focuses energy on the manifestation of the desired outcome, while simultaneously cultivating the inner certainty that the universe is responsive to their convictions. The law also emphasizes the importance of speaking words that align with belief. The young millionaires know that words are more than mere communication, they are creative forces that shape circumstances. Speaking of limitation, scarcity, or fear weakens expectancy, while speaking confidently of success, abundance, and solution strengthens it. Every announcement, every conversation, every public declaration becomes an opportunity to impress the subconscious and the universal law with the certainty of good. In this way, belief and expectancy are not passive attitudes but active, dynamic forces expressed through thought, word, and deed. Ultimately, the law of belief and expectancy teaches that wealth and success are first matters of consciousness. The young millionaires of stock and technology achieve not because the external world conforms to their desires by chance, but because their inner state projects the frequency of abundance and opportunity. Their mind, clear, confident, and expectant, becomes a magnet, attracting the ideas, resources, and conditions necessary for prosperity. They understand that nothing can withstand the power of consistent, unwavering belief, combined with joyous expectancy, and that the world will always reflect the image held steadily in the mind. Abundance as a natural flow. Money is a servant to consciousness, multiplying when handled with gratitude and clarity. Abundance is not a distant prize or a limited treasure hidden in the world. It is a natural flow, ever present and freely available to all who align with it. The young millionaires rising in the arenas of stock and technology have discovered that wealth is not gained through struggle alone, but through harmonious cooperation with the law of abundance, a law that operates invisibly, consistently, and generously. To understand abundance as a natural flow is to recognize that money, resources, and opportunity are not scarce, but are constantly circulating in the world. like rivers of energy that can be tapped by those who are attuned to their current. Those who resist, hoard, or act in fear often experience blockage, while those who move with the flow, trusting in its inexhaustible nature, find that provision appears at exactly the right moment, in exactly the right measure. Abundance is not something to chase, it is something to receive by opening the mind, the heart, and the actions to its constant supply. The young millionaire learns that every thought, word, and action either aligns with or obstructs the flow of abundance. Thoughts of limitation, fear, or scarcity create resistance, while thoughts of prosperity, creativity, and gratitude enhance the current of supply. Words spoken with confidence and clarity strengthen the vibration of abundance, projecting it outward into the world, and attracting circumstances that reflect the inner state. Every investment in the stock market, every creation of technology, every inspired decision becomes more than a transaction. It becomes a reflection of the flow of abundance responding to a consciousness that is open, receptive, and expectant. The mind that is trained to perceive wealth as a natural and unlimited current is prepared to act decisively when opportunity appears, and to receive without fear, hesitation, or doubt. Abundance as a natural flow also teaches the importance of giving as a means of receiving. The young entrepreneur who understands this law does not clutch wealth selfishly, for they know that the act of giving, whether in the form of value, service, or generosity, strengthens the river of supply. The universe responds to generosity with multiplied return, demonstrating that abundance is not measured by accumulation, but by circulation. In stock and technology ventures, this may manifest in sharing knowledge, mentoring others, or contributing innovations that serve many. Each act of giving opens the mind and circumstances to receive greater streams of provision, proving that the law of abundance is both dynamic and reciprocal. The law of abundance also emphasizes ease and naturalness. Struggle, anxiety, and forcing are signs of resistance, while ease, trust, and joyful expectation signal alignment. Young millionaires who succeed rapidly in stock and technology are those who move with inspired effort rather than frantic striving. They act decisively and with courage, yet without unnecessary tension or fear, allowing the unseen forces to arrange the circumstances, timing, and resources in perfect order. The flow of abundance is intelligent and precise. It brings to those who cooperate with it exactly what is needed, in the proper form, and at the perfect moment. Those who trust this flow are free to focus on creativity, strategy, and inspired action, confident that the universe is constantly providing for their highest good. Abundance, as a natural flow, is also evident in the recognition that obstacles are temporary and often signals of redirection rather than denial. When young entrepreneurs encounter setbacks in stock or technological ventures, they do not see these events as final judgments but as part of the ongoing current of supply adjusting to their highest needs. A blocked path, a delay, or a failure becomes an opportunity to refine strategy, to learn a lesson, or to redirect energy into a more fruitful channel. The law of abundance never punishes. It only aligns those who are conscious of the flow with its infinite potential. By trusting that the current moves with intelligence and generosity, young millionaires are able to maintain optimism, clarity, and resilience, knowing that prosperity is always available, even if temporarily hidden from view. Another principle of abundance, as a natural flow, is the avoidance of attachment to outcome. The young millionaire who is too rigid in expectation may create resistance, while the one who maintains faith in the law and joy in the process allows supply to manifest in unforeseen and often greater forms. Abundance is not confined to a single opportunity, trade, or technological success. It is a river that can carry multiple streams simultaneously, provided the consciousness remains open and unblocked. This understanding encourages creative risk-taking, exploration of innovative ideas, and investment in projects that serve larger purposes, knowing that the current will provide beyond imagination for those who cooperate with its direction. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the flow of abundance. The young millionaire who appreciates every gain, no matter how small, accelerates the natural current, allowing more provision to enter life. Gratitude shifts the focus from lack to supply, from limitation to possibility, and from fear to confidence. In stock trading, this may mean appreciating small gains as well as large ones. In technology, It may involve acknowledging the early adopters, the supportive team, and the lessons learned in development. Gratitude maintains harmony with the law, ensuring that the energy of abundance continues to circulate freely, unimpeded by resistance, doubt, or fear. The understanding of abundance as a natural flow also changes one's relationship with wealth itself. Money ceases to be a symbol of struggle, competition, or survival, and becomes instead a reflection of the infinite supply of the universe. Young millionaires in stock and technology who grasp this truth treat money as a servant, a tool to express creativity, expand influence, and provide value. By seeing abundance as inherently natural, they act without grasping, without hoarding, and without fear, trusting that the river of supply will always replenish itself as long as their consciousness remains aligned. Their actions, investments, and innovations are thus empowered, productive, and harmonized with the greater law of prosperity. By moving in harmony with the natural flow, the young millionaire experiences life as a series of opportunities rather than struggles, as a continual stream of provision rather than scarcity, and as a reflection of the infinite intelligence that governs all supply. Each decision, each creative effort, each inspired risk becomes a dance with abundance, guided by faith, clarity, and confidence. The universe responds to this alignment with precision, bringing people, ideas, resources, and circumstances into perfect arrangement to support the vision held by the young millionaire, proving that wealth is not a distant dream, but a living, flowing reality.